this computer. There we go. So this is cardio, conditioning and core, and I have a little timer here which is going to keep us right. We have 10 minutes of warm-up followed by 10 minutes of cardio, which is the one that I hate, then 10 minutes of conditioning, love that, and 10 minutes of abs, which I also enjoy. So it's just that 10 minutes of cardio we've got to get through, right? Stand up nice and tall, shoulders round, back and down, abs brace, and if you want some tunes on, put some tunes on now. The timer's started and our moves are going to start as well. So bend the knees, there we go, into a squat, hips back and down, chest up. There we go. And as you stand up, drive up through the heels and squeeze the bum, like you're trying to pick up a pencil between your bum cheeks, right? Chest stays high, and then we're going to add in a little tap. So I'm going to squat, tap, Now at the moment, I'm just going to leave the arms out a bit. I'm going to turn the timer down because it's really, really, really loud. And squat, tap, focus on the legs. So a little down and up, as we tap from side to side. Next time through, we'll put in some arms to help bring the heart rate a little higher in anticipation of cardio. Then we're going to go into a knee. So now at the moment, I'm doing a squat knee, but if that's a bit too much too soon, then instead, just take a knee lift. Because it's about warming up through the hip flexors and the tummy and the thighs. And it's more important you get the knee up than that you continue to squat. Now from there, hold one leg up, lunge back and kick through. Oh, love that move. That move is going to open up the hip flexor, but it's also going to stretch the hamstring. So that nice big lunge kick, all the way back and all the way up. Ready to change legs and do the same on the other side. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I mean. Lunge, kick. It brings the heart rate up, but it's also about flexibility. So for me, that's a hamstring stretch as you kick, and then a nice little bit of work through the hip as well, and the bum. Gonna keep that leg back, bring the hands down inside the foot, and then step back to plank. Hold your plank and tap out and in, out and in, out and in. At the moment, I'm doing that on my hands and toes. I could drop to my knees and I could drop to my elbows. So either is okay. And then I'm going to come to my knees and do a little push-up into a twist. Now at the moment, I'm making that a nice easy position as I warm up. Now I want to make that harder, then I'll take my knees further back. Type of push-up is entirely up to you. So where you put your hands doesn't really matter, as long as you're getting a little bit of a warm-up through the upper body. And then from there, we're going to walk both feet to the outside of the hands and stand up. Then down, walk out, walk in, stand up. Drop down, walk out, walk in, stand up. So we're getting that little bit more mobility through the legs and hips. On the next time that you stand up, speed jack. So out in. So here we go with our cardio, right? Cardio warm up now. Nice fast movement with the feet. Then when the feet are together, go into a ski jump, side to side. Soften the knees, power the arms, and sink. If you don't want to be jumping, a step touch, sinking into a squat will do nicely. It's all the winter sports tonight. So from there, I want you to skate side to side. Now, here's the thing. If that's too much jumping, step behind in a curtsy lunge. So if you don't want to go hell for leather just yet, a curtsy lunge will also work. Now, nearly there, and all I want you to do now is jog on the spot. So a little light jog. If you feel comfortable, start to pick the knees up. Remember, in our warm-up, every move is for 20 seconds. That's all. So it's not long. Step with the feet back out, and we'll start all over again. Squat down, drive the hips back, keep the chest lifted, push the floor away. From that little squat, we begin to warm up once again. Second time through, squat tap. Now, remember last time I said we could bring in some arms? So how about a nice big reach overhead? And that reach is going to help you warm up the shoulders, but it's also going to give you a little bit of a heart rate raiser. There we go. Now, ready to go into your squat knee. So get the legs going first. Squat, knee, squat, knee. Now, when you've got that, try reach, pull, reach, pull. So as you squat, you reach. As your knee comes up, you pull. That helps our squat form. If you've got your arms up and by your ears, that helps your squat be a little bit tougher for the legs. Okay, lunge back and kick through. Lunge and kick. Now, I don't know about you, but my hamstrings feel a lot warmer this time. So it feels like I've got less of a stretch to kick. Okay, as high or as low as you want. If you don't want to go into a lunge, you can always just go to a tap, kick, change legs. There. So I can lunge and kick. Nice big move. My audition for the Moulin Rouge going really well. There we go. Or you can just keep a little tap, kick, same principle. Now hold the leg back, bring the hands down, step back to plank, and then you choose to walk 1 foot at a time from your toes, from your hands, or from your elbows, or to lower the knees to the floor. This is our plank tap. Right, now, from there, lower the knees, and we go push up to twist. So push up to twist. Now, if you'd rather have your hands wider, there's no reason why not. Except for me, I always feel a little bit ungainly in that position. Whereas normally, I'm like flipping Darcy Bustle. Right, here we go, side to side. Now, from there, come to your plank. Walk your feet in, and up. Hands down, walk out, walk in, up. Now, your option to jump. So jump back, jump in, stand. Jump back, jump in, stand. What we call it? That's a sneaky burpee, that's what that is. Next time you're up, stop, jack, out in, speed jack. Now when we go like this, you've got to think heels down, yep, knees soft, tummy tight for support, chest up, and try and keep the feet as quiet as you can so that you really work through the core. We switch to our winter sports. Ski jump, side to side. You want to go a bit slower and make the move a bit bigger. That's okay too, right? Or remember the option. Take away all the jumping and rise and fall. Then winter sport number 2, skater, side to side. Or curtsy lunge. So if you're not up for jumping just yet, or maybe tonight that's not going to be your thing, then it's okay to stay with this. From there, our last move for 20 seconds is a jog. Now you can move that around if you're ready for that. You can pick the knees up if you're ready for that. You can reach to get the heart rate higher if you want to do that. But our warm-up is just about over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Right, here it goes then. First block of work. And between each block, we take about 45 seconds to a minute's rest. Okay? For us to reset, regroup, and get ready to go high. Each movement we do for 30 seconds. There's no break unless you choose to take one between each move. So 5 moves, 30 seconds of each, then a 30-second recovery. Repeat 3 times, and then a 1-minute rest, just about, to flip to the next block. Our first move, 4 jump squats and 4 plyo lunges. All right, so it's gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our first move. 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds of this move. Now, let me do it another twice, and then I'll show you your alternative. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your alternative is to not stand, and if you don't want to jump, step knee instead of a lunge. So what you get? It goes 4, 3, 2, 1, step knee for 4. Move number 2 from our warm-up, plank, tap, or jack, out and in. Now in the warm-up, we tapped. In the work, we're going to jack, out and in. Remember, options. Drop to your elbows if your wrists don't like it. Go back to our warm-up move if you want something a little less. Come back up to your feet. Now, just like the warm-up, side to side, except I want it to go up and down. So we call it a Heisman. If I do it in slow motion, up and down, up and down. So every time you land, you sink into a little bit of a squat, right? That is your Heisman. Now, move number 3, burpee, or number 4, with a turn. So we can go out, and then I'm going to turn. Then burpee again, and turn back. Now, here's an option. 3, 2, 1, turn. Now, if that whole 180 degrees is too much, try 90-degree turn. So instead of a full turn, a quarter turn. And you can do the same with your burpee. Make it a quarter instead of 180. Move number 5. So ladder run. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 star jumps. 1, 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 star jumps. 1, 2, 8. So we've got a little combination. If that's too much, cut it in half and do 4 jacks. So you could do 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We do all of that all over again. Squat, 4, lunge, 4. Or step knee as an option for the lunge. Okay, take a choice, ready to go, and we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, can you see how my arms are really helping me drive off the ground. That little circle almost with the arms helps give me power. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready for your plank jack. Now, here we go. Choose your position. Out and in, jumping. Hands or elbows. Knees or toes. Jump or walk. You choose the one that suits you and where you are right now, tonight. Just moving my miser, there we go. Now from there, come up to your feet, side to side, okay? Up and down. And I want you to almost stop. Up, stop, up, stop. So there's a coordination as well as cardio. If it's too much, a skater will work. It's just not quite as challenging for the body. There we go. 10 seconds of this one, and we go to a burpee turn. Ready for that? Or a squat turn. 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to do a quarter turn, like that. Each time, turn in 90 degrees. Then I'm going to come back the other way. And while I do this, I've got an idea of how many times I can get around. So this is number 3. Okay, and go. Right, ladder run. 8 or 4, and then either 2 or 4 jacks. Ready? 4 or 8, and then jump. Ready? Go. Good. Now the lower you go in the ladder, the harder it is. The legs, oh, they start to feel like jelly, right? Rest. I wanted that rest that time. Definitely. Felt like really struggling on the ladder run after those burpees. Now, burpee turn. I did 4, 8, just about 12. Okay, so I've got a target in my mind. How many can you do? Let's start with the squat lunge combo. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me turn sideways so you can see the lunge. I really try and drop the knee, right? Now if I want to, a step knee works nicely because it gives us a little bit of power, right? Ba-da, ba-da. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, plank jack. Out and in. There. Now, let me turn sideways. I'm trying, believe it or not, to keep my bum down. And I do that by pushing my shoulders towards my fingers. So even if I'm on my elbows, I'm still pushing towards my fingers. That way, my bum doesn't go up in the air. Come back up to your feet. Heisman, side to side. Up and down, up and down. Good. Now we're looking for a heart rate here that feels uncomfortable. But it should also feel like a burn in those thighs. So my thighs right now, oh, they feel like jelly. Like I'm running out of power to drive the legs. Okay, but it's not over. Burpee turn. How many? Go. Here's 1, 2. Remember your option. You choose going back the way. I know what I've got to do. Halfway. Let's see if we can do it. Come on back. 10 seconds. Got it. 4, 3, 2. Okay, ladder run. Oh, did 2 more? Was it? I don't know. I lost count. Oh, but I do know that it felt really weird when I stood up. Yeah, 8 or 4, 4 or 2. Here we go. Almost there, 10 seconds. Work at it. This is the end of the cardio. There is no more. Breathe. There. That was sauce. Rain. So block 2. Oh, catch your breath. Catch my breath. Take a drink. We're going to go to the floor for push-ups like we did them in the warm-up. So a push-up with a twist. So a side plank. Now, if you don't want to do the push-up or you feel uncomfortable being on your wrists, then what I'd like you to do instead is a rotating plank. So you can do it on your elbows from side to side, all right? And just miss the push-up because you've done some anyway and you'll be fine without them. So side plank, side to side, or a push-up rotation. Assume the position and we go down, up, rotate. Down, up, rotate. Now, your option, if you're not up on your wrists, down on your elbows, you just do the rotate, rotate. Okay, so there's 2 options, quite a little bit different maybe, but quite good if you don't want to be up on your hands. All right, now come up to stand. I want you to sink low, bend your knees, keep your feet together. Now, side, 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 side. Now, I'm not lunging, I'm stamping, as if I'm putting out a little fire, or I'm stamping on an insect, right? Just side, a bit aggressive. Right, now next time round, we're going to increase the intensity of this. But look, chest up, thumb down, no lift through the body. So now the burn happens in the legs. Come to the floor. Tricep dips. We mostly do tricep dips. And the reason for that is it's quite hard to work your upper body without resistance. So push-ups and dips are our best bet. If you've got a chair or a step or something you'd like to put yourself on to increase the intensity, or just because it feels better on your wrists, then do it. There's our dips. Now come up to the standing position, stand on one leg, reach the arms and pull, 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 pull. Now change, out, 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 pull. Again, hop, 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 and go out. Now, out, 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 go back, 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 go out. Now, out, 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 go back. So can you see I'm doing 4 of each, but all the work is in that supporting leg, not in the moving leg. Come down to the floor into a spider lunge. We haven't done them yet. Now step back, do it on the other side. Step back, lower the knees, tricep push-up. Spider 1, spider 2, tricep push-up. 1, together, 2, together, drop. Now if you don't want to do that, then feel free to miss the push-up and concentrate on the spider lunge. Take a breather. So we're going to do all those 5 all over again. The T push-up, or a rotating plank. What we call a borrower squat, where we stay nice and low and load the legs. Tricep dips with the option to grab a chair quickly. Repeat a side and tap back. And then that Spider-Man lunge. Let's start with the T push-up. I'm going to have my hands wide this time. So I'm going down, up, rotate, down, up. Now think about your push-up position. Your face should be in front of your hands. So where your nose lands should be making the point of a, I think this is right, an isosceles triangle, okay, with an equal angle in the two bottom corners. So all the maths people can tell me if that's right or not. Now come up to your feet, feet together, sit down. You can stamp out the 5, or you can do them both at once. Out and in. Now, let's put the arms there, just to get them out of the way. I'm trying, if I turn sideways, can you see my legs never straighten? So I look like I'm going up and down, but that's because I'm trying to jump my feet out. But the knees remain bent. So there is a mighty burn in the thighs. Good. Come down to the floor. Here we go. Grab a chair if you need one. Here it is. Dips. Notice my bum is not moving. If I move my bum, it looks like this. Right? See how my knees move? But if I keep my bum still and just bend my elbows, look how my knees barely move. And my bum stays lower than my knees. Let's stand on the other leg. Arms up, foot back. 4, 3, 2, the side. Now, 4, 3, 2, the back. Go. 4, 3, 2, the side. Go. Now, the arms are not critical. So if the arms are causing confusion, just relax them and concentrate on getting lower and lower in the legs. The supporting leg doing all the work. Ready? Hold back, hands in, Spider-Man lunge. Spider-Man lunge into a tricep push-up. Lunge 1, lunge 2, back down, tricep push-up. Lunge 1, lunge 2, tricep push-up. We've got it, forward and down and up. Okay, option to miss out the push-up if you want to. There. So it comes to this. One final time to go through our condition. Do you know, I'm so much happier doing conditioning than I am jumping about. Who knew? So, T push-up. Push-up with a rotation or just the rotation if you don't want to be on your wrist. Borrower squats, tricep dips. Then we smash out those repeaters before we finish with a Spider-Man lunge. Let's do it. Here we go. Push, isosceles triangle. So I'm looking at where the sweat is dripping on the mat. Coming off my nose, coming off my chin. And that is the top point of the triangle. And the other 2 points of the triangle are my hands, right? The elbows out and back slightly. Never align with the shoulders. Come up to your feet, feet together. Sink, chest, out and in. Good, out and in. That's it. Like that. Keep it locked on. Now here's the thing. I've got neighbours underneath me. Lucy's got neighbours underneath her. Has anyone else got neighbours underneath them, right? You've got people underneath, then you've got to keep it quiet. And if you keep it really quiet, listen. Can't hear it, right? Keep it really quiet, then you will work your tummy even harder. Let's hit the floor for our tricep dips. Last set of these. Remember, if it is a bit much, pop your bum down. And my big mistake when I do these is I have a tendency to do a lot of work through my shoulders. If I open my collarbone a little bit more and try to get my elbows to touch behind me, then I feel the back of my arms more than my shoulders, which is, of course, my target. Back up on your feet, pick a leg, any leg. Now, I want you to do 4, 3, 2, the side. Go, 4, 3, change legs. Now, 4, 3, 2, the side. Go. 4, 3, 2, change legs. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, out. 4. Now ready to change. Change legs. Back, 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 and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Spider-Man lunge. Spider-Man lunge. Tricep push-up. Or skip the push-up and stay with the lunge. Getting the work and the stretch out of the legs and the hip. The more you practice this move, the easier it becomes. I promise. I used to do this in Cabasanta years ago. I couldn't get my foot anywhere near my hand. It's just practice, right? Down and up. There we go. 1, 2. There's the timer. So soon we hit the core. Quick as that. And today, all the core work will be on the floor. So when you're ready and you've had a little drink, maybe a little walk around, reset and we come to the floor. Now the first 3 moves are going to be on our back, and then we're going to turn over and do 2 moves on our front. At any point, if any of the moves aggravate an injury in your back, I'll give you modifications, but if you've got modifications you prefer to use, then use them. It's core, so you should feel your back a little, but not in an injury way. And you know the difference. You know what that feels like. Right, we have 10 minutes left. Boat to ball. So I'm going to start in that little ball position, head and shoulders off the ground, extend and pull. Now, a couple of options here. You can just put your head and shoulders down. So that's a simple one. Just put the head and shoulders on the floor. Option 2 is to make it more like a single leg stretch and do 1 leg at a time. Ideally, do try and stick with the legs moving, because that way you work the lower part of your tummy. I kind of want you to stick with that. Now I'm going to put my hands behind my head and scissor the legs. Nice big movement up and down. Now again, here's some options. Option 1, just put your head and shoulders down again. Option 2 is to scissor the legs, but with the knees bent. A little bit easier because you've shortened the lever length. Okay, and then of course you could have the head either up or down. Then I'm going to switch from that into a cross crawl. So now I'm beginning to bring in the upper abs as well. Again, there are options. So if you want to put the feet down and twist, first one side and then the other, that works well as an alternative. Sometimes even worth trying it just to make sure you've got good form. Side to side. Now we flip over. We're going to go to a plank, ideally on our hands, and I'll show you for why. You're going to go up and down dog, tap 1, tap 2, come back to plank. Bump up, tap 1, tap 2, and back to plank. Now next round, we're going to make this slightly harder, okay? But it's up to you. And if you really don't like it, don't do it. Now, so we get a down dog. It's like a stretch position. Now from there, lower yourself to your elbows. And you're ready for a really fancy move? Hold your plank. Come on, let's just hold for once our hover. And really think, when am I actually feeling this? In a Welsh accent, you've got to think that, right? Well, Julia and Lucy kind of did as well. So where are you feeling that? Because I'm feeling it a little bit in my shoulders. So I need to relax the shoulders. There we go, lower the knees and roll over. So we are going to do all of those all over again. Now you know the moves, You know your options. I'll remind you as we go through them, but see if you can at least do maybe one or two of the tougher options. And then you can always pick it back up or drop back and then come back into it later. So boat to ball. Now I'm going to try and keep my head and shoulders a little higher this time. There. Good. So I'm actually bringing myself up slightly to make it just a little bit tougher on the tummy. However, the moment I notice my back hurting is the moment I forget about that and I just concentrate on what the legs are doing. I'm going to interlace the fingers, put my hands behind the head, straighten the legs and scissor the legs. Remember the options, put the head down or bend the knees. So I could keep the head up and bend the knees, makes it a little bit easier than when I've had almost a kind of recovery for a couple of seconds, I can go back to scissoring. So there's a little tip. Set yourself a target. Think, right, I'm going to do 8 of these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to do 4 like that. So I get a little recovery. And then I go back. Scissors. 8. Good. Now from there, cross, crawl. Do the same thing. Now my abs are on fire, right? I feel like I can't keep going. So I do 8 of those. Then I put my feet down and I do 4 of those. Oh, I keep working, but that's a bit easier. So now I can pick my legs up and I can go back to the cross crawl. So never stopping. I'm always working, but it means I know I can take a breather. Come onto your high plank. Now, do you remember last time? Let's go. Up, tap the toe, and down. Right, this time, tap the toe, up and down. So, did you see it? I stay low for my plank. Now that's harder because I've got to balance on only one leg. Ready? 1, 2. So if you don't like it, don't do it. Come to your hover. All the way down. Right. So what happened last time? My shoulders did it. So let's relax the shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades down your back towards your back pocket. Tuck your tailbone under. So let me just show you what I mean. I mean that. Did you see it? I should probably stop doing that. So the tailbone's tucked under. Bum is lightly squeezed, which puts more work into the tummy. Rest. Team, this is it. So in the link I said, you never regret a workout. And you don't, do you? You might not have wanted to do this. You might have felt like, I really cannot be asked. But you did, you rocked up, and now you're 2.5 minutes away from it being over. What would you have done in 45 minutes anyway? Sat around, watched EastEnders. I don't know what I'm talking about. Pull and release. I'm going to try and lift and release. I'm using my legs, look, to bring myself a little higher. Oh, that's how you do it. As soon as I feel my back, and for me, I am starting to there, I keep myself a bit lower and go there instead. So I'm a little bit better supported through the lumbar spine. Now, the legs are going to go up and scissor. Now, I find this tough. Got to be honest, I find this a hard one. So what did we do last time? We set ourselves a target of 8. This time we're going to do 10. Oh, wow. Pushing the boat out. Take 4 little ones and then go back to 10. So I've worked harder in my final round. Count on my fingers there. There we go, 2 more. And then bend the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back up. Now we're going into cross crawl. Oh, anyone else feeling like, oh, I got nothing? So I'm just taking a moment with my head down on the ground, and then I'm back in the game. Don't let it beat you, okay? You are right at the end. We are about 1 minute away from the end of our workout. So don't give up because we're too close. Okay, here we go. Roll over, high plank. Now, how are you going to do it? Option 1, down dog. Touch the toe, back to plank. Or it's like a mountain climber, but I touch my toe. Like a mountain climber on the other side, and then up. Obviously, I'm trying to keep my bum down. So as my knee comes through, I try and keep my bum down, up and down. So at any point there, I've got one foot and one hand off the floor. Got it? How is your hover? Shall we? There we go. Right. Start with the feet. Push the heels away. Squeeze the bum. Tuck the tailbone under. Tighten the pelvic floor. Lengthen through the shoulders, pushing the shoulder blades down to the back pocket. Tuck your chin in but look slightly forward. And try not to wear your shoulders as earrings. Done. Well done. Good job. Take a breather. Push your bum back to child's pose. Oh, that last plank. Wow. I really, though, love the feeling when I've worked my tummy. Do you not like that feeling? You automatically think, oh, look at me, 6-pack. Now, let's rise up into cat, then down through to cat. Now, when you go up to cat, push the floor away. If you want to be up on your knuckles, then that's okay too. If your hands, your wrists aren't quite up to it. Now, that should feel lovely on the back after all the work we've just done. From there, I'm going to walk my hands forward. You know, like when a little cat stretches out and they push their bum up in the air. One of the girls in the Pilates group sent me a lovely picture of a baby panda doing this. It's very cute. And then push back to child's pose again, rising up and onto your knees. Step 1 foot forward, and we're not going to be here long because we've done a nice big hip flexor stretch during conditioning. But I'd like you to sweep the arms up, and as you circle them out, push back and down. There's the hamstring stretch. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So step forward, make sure it's a long stride, drive the hip forward, circle the arms out, and as they go out, push back and stretch the hamstring. Now, it doesn't matter where you put your bum, right? If you put your bum back on your heels, or you have your bum up in the air, it doesn't matter as long as you feel something in that leg up front. Then I'm going to bring that foot back and slowly rise to standing. Hold on if you need to. Bring your knees together, tuck your bum under, and feel the stretch running through the front thigh. There's the stretch in the quads. Then we'll change feet and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Knees together, bum tucked under. There's the stretch on the other side. Reset the feet. Now, in order to stretch the back, we'll take a little side bend. First one side and then the other. Just like that. Don't you feel glad that you did it? Yeah? Didn't I tell you you would? Right? Good. And release it. I know I do. For that 45 minutes, just feel amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me press stop and I can let you guys